flying on this side of a building in this wind direction, and she's had 5 years with no flying at all. This one just producing youngsters for falconers like me. But she's got amazing potential. Keep her in view if you can. I'm hoping she's going to stay in view. She's got to go into the wind and climb. Into the wind and climb. She knows I'm good at swinging this thing. She knows she's only going to beat me by using gravity in the wind. Here she goes. Watch, watch, watch. That's it. Ah. Oh, that's her picking up some speed now. She is. Here she goes. Up into the wind again. Her whole body is wind and waterproof. This bird has evolved on the coast to be splashed by waves and not get wet. Her nervous system 18 times faster than yours. I've seen peregrine falconers punch pigeons out of the sky and knock their head clean off their shoulders. They kill my birds too. We've got a pair of wild peregrines in nest right here on the coast. They've killed 4 of my best falcons in the 23 years I've been doing shows here. Sometimes they join in my bird shows, which is really, really scary for me. Oh, see that tail? It's glued in with super glue. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. But she's tiring now. She's not as fit as my other birds. She'll get there. But this time, I'm going to let her hit this lure. And that is her signal that dinner is served. Well done. Let's give her a clap. This winter that's just gone, I've had all my falcon pens extended. They've been made twice the size they've been for the last 23 years. And we had to do that building with the birds in the enclosures. My other birds didn't mind at all. They've been with me a long time. But this one had only just arrived. So she, rattling around in that pen, broke every single one of her 12 tail feathers, and that's no good, because that tail is steering and brakes. It's not safe for her to fly at speed with no tail, so I had to fix it. So I got a friend of mine to send me a set of peregrine tail feathers, and I cut all hers off with a pair of snips. I cut them off right at the base, where they're hollow, and I carved down the end of a carbon fibre fishing rod into 12 needles, and I glued those needles into each one of her tail feathers. I cut down the new feathers to the same length, and I glued the new feathers to the carbon fibre. So that tail, it really is glued in. Now this is an ancient process called imping. We've been fixing falcons' feathers like that for 4,000 years. But of course they used to use boiled up bones. These days we've got super glues and epoxy glue and stuff like that. And I can use carbon fibre instead of bits of bamboo. But it's amazing, isn't it? It doesn't have to last her, because by the end of this summer, now she's settled here, if I keep her really healthy, she'll change over every single feather on her body. She'll grow a brand new set, and we won't have to worry about breaking feathers anymore. So she's a beginner here. She's had 5 years in a breeding enclosure. She's just learning how to fly again, but once she's fit and strong, she's going to be the star of my shows. Right, one more bird. I got one more. Just trying to figure out the wind's direction, because the wind, I just got a real smooth chips, which usually means the wind has swung round to the northeast. And the wind is really, really important.